Mm-hmm. Okay. All of that is active. Game is on. Recording is going. Music. That's what's missing now.
Cue the music.
That's what I forgot to do this week.
Hmm.
Level up.
You didn't level 3?
I was so busy doing other things this week.
Well,
Well,
start
everybody
cooking.
make sure that your level 3 is done. I suppose I'll start off with.
The doctor is in his tent, furiously studying.
Scribbling away at his books.
You know, I'm a procrastinator. I do it at the very last minute, all the time.
Pretty sure the only thing I didn't do was actually put my feet on the character sheet. So I was still kind of debating what feat I wanted to take.
Well, now is your last chance to decide.
I give you an opposite on that, Miguel. I have 2 paths fully fleshed out to level 20.
Nice.
Now I change it as I go, but because they're just like guidelines. But
There's my vigor.
RJ's
Mar.
the tank. RJ's the tank now.
oh, you rolled an 8, awesome.
I hope you like your roll, because you now have more vigor than me.
Yeah, but you got like 8 billion wounds, so.
If you look up, that 1 and 2 are my my health rolls.
I can't increase my max. How do I increase max vigor again on this sheet?
By putting the vigor into your class information.
Yeah.
Yes.
So by your class, you up your class. You just increase the points in vigor next to your class, and then increase your level.
Yeah, there it is.
And then you do your current.
Yep, that's why we took certain cells on that sheet and said this cannot be edited. That way, it can't be screwed up at any point. If you have your sheet filled out correctly, then it will display correctly.
Okay. My BAB is now 2.
Oh, man.
2.
More reason to use the shape-shifting weapon.
Alright. Oh, fuck, what feat did I decide on?
Yes, make that decision.
Because I was looking at like the pass and whatnot.
The what?
And, well, the pass of certain feats, like the chain.
Oh, which ones are you considering?
The feat tree. I was looking into like the shield stuff.
But
there's not really anything.
It's not many shields feats.
Well, what it is a lot of it is like feats to allow you to use your shield as a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the bigger tree is. And then there's some stuff that allows you to do like certain things, but you have to be a fighter to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not doing that. So I kind of was like, eh. So level 1, I took shield, whatever, the one that gives you more shield AC.
You can always take toughness and get 1 more wound per level.
Toughness is one of the, I do believe toughness is one of my Blood Rager feats, so I'm not taking that with normal feats.
Or just to point out a couple of the newer feats, there is Twist the Knife. You get +1 bonus on attack and damage rolls against anyone who is wounded, grazed, or critical.
Yeah, one of those was pretty good. I was trying to remember which one.
Compound Assault.
There's one of them that was pretty good feat. Where's that sheet? New feats.
No,
Mm.
I'm getting that feat that gives me more traits.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's right. That's what you said.
It's also Critical Cure.
That's next time. Right now, more traits.
And then there's a couple of Orc feats, but otherwise playing a half Orc, so.
I'm actually thinking if this character ever retires, I might play a half Orc Barbarian. I just want to hit things hard.
Die Hard is pretty good in this system because you don't have to DC 10 con check to stay conscious when you go into wounded or below, which is one of the most terrifying parts of being in wounded.
Again, another one. Blood Rager feats. I'm not taking. Well, I might take combat expertise, which is.
That's a decent one.
No, not combat expertise. Combat
Reflexes.
reflexes, which is also one of my Blood Rager feats, but I might just take that one anyways.
Get you more attacks of opportunity.
Yeah.
Up to your dex modifier.
Also, there was one that. There was a tree that I found that. Oh, what was it? It allowed me to attack. Allowed me to have a attack of opportunity up to 15 feet ahead in front of me.
Like a lunge or something?
Yeah, but I can't remember what.
There's lunge, step up. There's a tree that there's step up and lunge and.
I think it's step up was one. See,
Step.
combat reflexes.
Alright. RJ, you more or less good on your level at this point?
I have my skills, so I should be good for what you're trying to do. And I'm just doing traits for.
It's combat patrol.
And you already knew what you were picking there, I think.
Yeah. If I can find them.
Take it early.
You can't take it to level 5. But you need reflexes, mobility.
Yeah.
Reflexes and mobility. Oh, that's pretty cool. Your threatened area increases by 5 foot every 5 points of your BAB bonus. So you get an extra 5 and then an extra 10. Up to an extra. Up to extra 20. Wow. It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
That makes nobody wants to get anywhere near you. You can start pouncing on them every time they move 5 foot through your threatened space. And if you have a high dex and a high threat area, they could be walking up to you and you get 3 attacks opportunity just for them walking up to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty slick. I never knew that one before.
I noticed it this week while I was at work looking at feats. Trying to decide which one I wanted to take. But I will take combat reflexes for now just because that's a good one in general.
Yeah, and it leads to a lot of things.
Yeah.
Alright. How do I change diplomacy from charisma to intelligence on this sheet?
You are in your miscellaneous category going to have to manually put in a modifier that is that difference for now, because that is not a thing that I have anticipated needing to have an option to change.
We actually talked about it, but the amount of work.
We did talk about that, but it would have been a change we needed to make for every single skill.
Where is this miscellaneous? thing
On
you're
the
talking
far
about.
column on the right.
Just one of the
Or-
columns. You're gonna have to put in the difference.
Or down at
Okay.
the bottom, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes you could fill in, and then there you could
Ooh.
choose a specific. So you could create your own column for it.
Yeah, you could just
Let's
recreate
do
it.
that.
Charismatic diplomacy and or whatever.
Yep.
That's probably
Yep.
better.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then you don't
That
have-
was
then you
the
don't
that
have to
was the
remember to keep count.
compromise that we made, I think, as
Yep, we
opposed to
added
just
more of those.
just more of just fill your own in versus changing every single one. Although that would be a change that we still could make.
Go back at that again another day. Spend another 42 hours on it.
Yeah, that's a weekend project for damn sure. Yeah, because we'd want to put, man.
You could do it. You'd have to add that. All you'd have to do is take that none/column in and add it everywhere, but then you'd have to add the variable in everywhere as well,
Yeah.
or the lookup. So, because it's already got that drop-down box that has the ability to do it, and then you have to add that, and then you have to add it to the variable for
Another
that skill.
thing I'm just now noticing on the ones that you have to manually put things in for, we don't have a trained checkbox.
You'd have to put in the miscellaneous for that, it looks like.
So make sure you put in a +3 miscellaneous if it's trained.
But at least you don't have to change that. Where if you're a charisma change, you have to remember to change it.
Yeah.
How do you make something trained again?
It is a class skill, and you have at least one rank.
No, besides that, is there a way to get more trained stuff? I mean,
take more classes.
Ugh. I thought I could just buy somebody's teaching of it.
You can't. There's a retrain process for skills. You have to spend so much time with somebody who has something in that skill.
That just gives you skill points, skill ranks.
Yeah.
You sure?
It doesn't
Maybe
give
this is skill.
It doesn't give you the
Trained
+3 bonus for it being a class skill and having a rank. That's only attainable through class skills that class gives you.
Or there are some traits that give you some stuff as trained.
Yeah, anything that can make a skill considered a class skill is how you get that.
Yeah, it says you get this plus this is a class skill for you. Like some of the feats do that.
Right.
And some of the traits as well, because one of the traits I took made geography class feat, class skill.
Mm-hmm.
One, 2, 3, and then another one because of this trait. And now heal no longer uses wisdom; it uses int.
Nice.
Intelligent heal.
My heal, when I roll, is now a 10.
Nice. I only have one thing that I do that's high, like that. Intimidate.
Which, as a note, last session did not work on the vermin or undead that you tried to use it on.
I know. I didn't think it would, but I figured. Well, flavor. My flavor for intimidate is that staticky lightning thingamajigger that is the word for intimidate, I guess. Like, oh shit, what kind of hit was that? What?
Although vermin are mindless and purely instinctual.
Yep.
And undead are, well,
unless they're rat kings. Aren't rat kings have intelligence?
No, they're mindless, not no intelligence.
Oh, okay.
Things like rats still have intelligence scores, but I think I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, rat kings have an intelligence of 18.
Yeah, I mean that's a specific thing though.
Oh no, not rat kings have a 5. Con of 18. All right.
Okay.
My bomb's now to 2d6.
Very nice.
And I do swift alchemy.
What does that mean?
You know, the normal swift alchemy is, if my PSRD loads up properly. At third level, an alchemist can create alchemical items with astounding speed. It takes an alchemist half the normal amount of time to create alchemical items, and he can apply poison to weapons as a move action.
Cool.
Not much things that I do in game.
Yeah. All right. So, last time, the group delved back a third time into the ancient halls of the subterranean outpost and found themselves quickly faced with a wall of slots surrounded with brass inlays and pictures. A nearby barrel contained what seemed to be a broken astron crystal. Out of curiosity, slotted them into one of the holes. Not much reaction seemed to happen aside from some magical lights, and so they left the wall behind and continued into what would seem to be the final room of this underground labyrinth. A room where they would encounter a horde of rats, one of which seemed to be tainted or mutated by some strange magical power. Its eyes glowed with yellow energy, and as they fought it, that energy seeped out of it and into the room, animating dead skeletons, which seemed to almost sustain the rat as well, as it was not until the skeletons were destroyed that the rat was able to be finally killed. However, you overcame. After the quick combat, a search of the room began, and more fully intact Astron crystals were found, along with a handful of old coin currency, some potions, and other oddities. Returning to what would be discovered to be the control room, RJ began experimenting with the crystals in the various slots. One was found to turn on the lights, and a second was discovered to activate another function of the map room. With it activated, the crystals on the map itself glowed, and upon touching them, one's vision was whisked away from their form to other locations. Whether it be some sort of scrying effect or past vision, you're unsure. But for those who touched, they saw a valley mountainscape dotted with large spherical boulders perched dangerously atop peaks, overtop a town amongst a crag. A vast, calm body of water, pillared by a broken geode, which within held a window of sorts to a much fiercer ocean beyond. And lastly, a tall tower standing amid a great forest, its peaks made home by harpies that fluttered and screeched about its top, while the green glow emanated from the stained glass windows of the tower itself. With these visions and some more experimentation in the control room, there were really no other further discoveries, and the group retreated to the tavern to rest, pondering their findings and to recruit magical help from their companions. However, more seemed to have happened throughout the town than they realized, likely connected to the events in the control room. As it was told by Sin that the thunderstorm raged on above, lightning suddenly came down, striking the various obelisks throughout town, and that energy began to arc between them, blasting cleanly through buildings even, causing damage to the town in the process. Additionally, Wizrun noted the oddity of the rain temporarily ceasing during some of these events. So, realizing the reaction that they may have caused, RJ and Nith went to one of these nearby buildings they saw ablaze and saved an old man within and extinguished the fire amid the rain. Deciding further investigation was required, they took the injured man back to the tavern to regroup before deciding what to do with the rest of their day. Which is where we pick up now. The storm still rages on outside, thunder echoing in the distance from time to time. Taween had headed back to his camp, I believe, with Noth, if I'm not mistaken.
That we did.
Where RJ and Nith are in and around the tavern and or carriage. Drix seems to be out at the time, or maybe he is in the carriage itself. Sin is underneath the canopy of the enclosure that holds the carriage, passing the day in the storm. And Wizrun has just finished helping you guys to identify some of the various objects of magical nature that you brought back from the catacombs. It is still relatively early in the day, before noon even, as you all awoke and haven't done much in terms of time. What do you do?
All right, so Nath and Taween are out at the campsite. RJ, you slept at the caravan.
Yes.
Wizrun and Fizz slept in the inn.
We have not passed a day since you guys returned.
Okay, so it's the same day. All right. Are you going to want us to play a day for the theoretical level, or we're just better at things now?
Skills you've slowly been practicing. I mean, I imagine
you've been practicing, and we're just better. We're just a little better at things.
Yeah, like you do your practices each morning. RJ makes his concoctions every morning. And while maybe some of the more experimental things aren't used in combats, quote unquote, before the level, as you go about it today, you maybe the next time you use one of your new abilities, something just clicks. You've been practicing it for days now, and it just works out this time. And hey, I've got the hang of this kind of thing.
All right, cool.
Now, for the case of RJ, he does have to wait for his new extracts if he has any new ones for new next level, because that is something that is like upon rest refreshed. So it's a little different from martial characters.
Yep, got it.
I literally have just one use of thing left anyways, of Cure Light Wounds that I've prepared for the day.
All right, so... RJ, I forget what we were doing at the tail end.
I was talking to Drix about the gems, and then Wizroom. Before that, I was talking to Wizroom about going to the dungeon again tomorrow after it's been...
That's right. That was the last conversation was with Wizroom. Okay.
Yeah, I had forgotten why you guys decided to wait for the next day. I know there was a reason, but it's not coming back to my mind for some reason.
I was smoking it out.
Ah, yes, you set it
That's right.
ablaze. I recall now.
Okay. So that's fine. If we're not doing anything else, Nithyarn is practicing her maneuvers, her dances.
Okay. Well,
Uh,
as something of note immediately, as it's maybe been about an hour or so now since you've left the smoking dungeon, RJ, you are still within and around the tavern. When you hear, her name was Huru. When you hear Huru starting to slide open windows and hurry about the bottom of the tavern, as it does seem that chute leads somewhere,
You're smoking out the tavern. That's hilarious.
and the tavern is beginning to fill with smoke.
Interesting.
You hear Huru rushing about. Where's the fire? Oh God, I don't see a fire! Oh, open the windows! She's got the door propped open.
Well, I don't hear her unless I see her, so I
You
can
you
see
might
from
you
here
might
where
see some smoke like rolling out of the tavern windows.
Okay.
So I'll get RJ's attention and point.
Oh. Did they get hit by lightning? I didn't think it got hit by lightning.
You don't see pillars on either side of this building.
I sign. Is it on fire?
I there's smoke, but do I see any blazes coming up?
Not from the tavern, no.
I sign. I will go look.
Okay.
Should I just say what I'm signing now, Navarre? Are you good with that?
Yeah,
As long as
if
it's to
that's how you
RJ.
want to handle it, yeah. I think
And
that
Well,
it's
I'll
smoother.
always say that I'm signing so that I know that I'm getting RG's attention first.
And RJ probably hears it as understands some of it, but it's still kind of broken, like Taween
Yeah.
speech in common.
Yeah. I mean, you can be pretty straightforward with what you're portraying. That way, we understand your intention from like the player
Yeah.
aspect, and then RJ can filter as he feels necessary. I think.
Yeah. Basically, I'll say sign water. I put water on fire.
Oh, I'll follow you. I don't think it's on. I don't think
But
water is necessary.
so I'll start heading in looking for the fire.
Okay. No immediate fires.
Do I notice where the smoke is coming from?
Perception.
Why must you hate me?
Hey,
Okay.
look at that. Not bad.
Look at that.
From behind the bar is where the source of the smoke seems to be.
I follow where it is.
You can see that there's this cutout on the top of the bar itself. There's this hole, and it has like a lid on top, and it's kind of seeping out from the edges of it,
Oh.
and kind of through the rest of the boards of the general vicinity, as it's not a completely intact made wooden.
Do I?
As you see Huru, you can see her like opening up doors in the hallway from the other rooms, trying to just air out the building.
Give me 1 second. I'm just double checking what's in a alchemist bag right now.
Okay.
Actually, I can just make an alchemical creation. Let's see if there is something like that.
The doctor's getting creative.
So the thing that's covering it.
Yeah.
Where is the smoke coming from around where it's being covered?
Like there's like a circular lid of sorts made of wood with like a rope affixed to two parts to make a handle that looks like it's just covering wherever the smoke is coming from. It's on like the backside of the bar itself. There's like the main countertop that people put their drinks on and such, and behind on the inside there's a lower countertop for like dishes and things. And you can see a few plates with half-eaten food stacked to the left, some of which was your guys' breakfast this morning, still unwashed. Looks like there's some sort of water basin built into it as well, although it's not filled at the moment.
All right. There's nothing like this in the what do you call it? In Alchemical Creations.
That's fine. What are you trying to create?
I'm trying to make something like a tar for it so that it won't leak anymore.
So you wish to seal whatever this lid is to the rest
Yes.
of the construct.
But it's not going to seal it towards it, but it's just going to make a seal on it so gases and stuff won't go up into the building. But it can still be opened.
Okay. Also, to note, the construction of the bar in general is not very fine craftsmanship. And as I said, there are other places where the smoke is leaking out, like between various boards that are
So
put
a
together.
lid's not going to stop the smoke.
Oh, okay.
It's mostly coming from around the edges of this lid, but you can see other parts where there's cracks or chinks in the wood that it's kind of pushing out of as well.
Tar would still fix that stuff as well, then.
So you wish to air seal whatever this is.
Yes.
Okay, you probably have some reagents that you could slap together and make some stuff. It might take 10-15 minutes or so to put it together and, heat up some. I imagine you have to get some component of it hot enough to get the elements to fuse correctly, and then it's this kind of hot, sticky tar that you wouldn't want to touch with your hands, likely.
Oh, no.
You probably have a spoon or a knife or something.
Yep.
All right, you begin working on that. Nithyan, what are you doing as you see him just, and then bustle off to his room, grab things from his pack, start...
Well, I'll wait till I see him start trying to seal the thing up.
Uh-huh.
So that I got an idea of what he's doing.
Okay.
And then I will start mending the areas that have cracks.
It's not so much that they're broken.
Oh, okay.
It's more so it just was poorly made.
Okay, got it. Then that won't work. All right, so
that's the reason tar will.
Yeah. All right. I'll just I don't know. Nothing. There's nothing I can do. I'm looking for fire. I'm looking for fire for water to go in, and
Yeah,
so,
no fire.
It doesn't look like there's any fire here. So I'm not sure. I haven't a clue what's going on right now. It's just that there's smoke for some reason. I'll ask, where's this coming from?
If that might have, it looks like there's stuff underneath the building, so maybe one of the lightnings started a fire down there, and now it's just smoking up.
Does the building look like it has a floor underneath the a crawl space?
It does not. Not from the outside. It's pretty much a flat walk-in from the street to the floor in the interior once you open the door. There are no steps leading up to the building or anything of that nature.
Okay.
Taween and Noth, how are you two enjoying your walk back out to camp?
I'm sure we are doing just fine. I think we made it pretty point last session. Things are on fire.
They are.
We really don't care.
Noth just says, no. Human town can burn. Don't care. As a point of interest, did you take linguistics for Orcish at all this level, or no?
I did.
You did. Okay, so
Yes.
he'll when it's just the two of you, then assume that he's speaking in Orcish, and I'll speak less broken. And in the same way with Nith and RJ, you can decide how you want if you want to filter it at all.
Yes.
Oh, I'm going to be filtering it a lot.
And then feel free to lessen that filtering as it happens more and more. But
I'll try to do it in broken words too. Just
because it still hasn't been a full month yet.
yeah. There's an amount of time roleplay aspect here too.
I'll try to stick to nouns.
But Noth
Although
says
I don't necessarily know what nouns are, so no.
this is
I'll try to centralize words, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
this is one of the human problems. Build everything from wood, easily set ablaze.
What do you build from?
Mostly live in caverns.
Not bad idea.
Use lumber where need be. Walls mostly. But full trees. Scorched bark makes it resistant to further burns.
My tribe, we were nomads, so we did not really have proper structures. We more or less had tents and things like that. So
Easily moved.
Yes, a lot of things made out of hide.
Dangerous though. Attacked much by the wildlife around you? Were you?
Yes, but we had many strong men to protect when need be. That was actually one of my jobs.
I see.
I was a guard of the tribe, and at one point worked my way up to being the personal guard of the leader of the tribe.
I was tribe scout mostly. Hunter. But in wartime, all men are fighter.
True. We lived close to the same idea.
Make a perception check.
Perception check. What are you, perception? Or
All right. There is not much going on around you as you get further out from the outskirts of towns. You start to get into kind of the couple of immediate fields next to the town, where there aren't really people at the moment. It's raining and it's a thunderstorm, and most people are in their homes. The ones that aren't burning. You do look back and you still see a couple of the smokestacks coming from the town itself. And eventually you guys make it back to your camp where you find a small amount of dry safetiness from the rain.
Yeah, if I remember, we actually did RP this already, and this is when I read a little bit of the book.
Yeah, okay, yeah. And you return and you do some research in the book where you find out about the shadowed lands or whatever, however you'd like to interpret that.
Yeah, I made a note of it.
Okay.
I have 2 notes on my character sheet, so one of them is that. The other is about the dagger.
Excellent.
So when I take notes, I literally only take notes of stuff that my character.
Right.
I don't do like general notes. So I guess then if If we don't really notice,
He's
like,
trying.
smoke,
I know.
I assume if the two of us don't really see smoke coming out of the ground, we
No.
would just go back to our like default like Narth and Taween time where we're chit chatting back and forth. I'm working on my armor, getting the hide a little bit more well done, trying to make my armor look a little bit cooler.
Mm-hmm.
As that is one thing that, if you notice, he's very into like designing his armor. Mostly because the armor he used to wear back when he was part of the tribe, I would picture was very fancy looking
Mm.
because he had worked himself up to be a personal guard of like the tribe leader.
Mm-hmm.
It would be all elven looking and whatnot, and all that stuff was stripped of him
He's trying to recreate it. Then that makes sense.
a little bit.
Some
Just like
semblances.
he just likes the idea of like a more fancier armor looking than just plain looking armor. That's why he's bought the what did I buy? I bought two different like kits. I
Okay.
bought a leather. Well, there's the leather making tools that I bought, and then I bought some other tools from this city. What were they? I never wrote it down. Fuck.
They were wood crafters' tools, I believe. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
wood carvers' tools.
Yeah.
There was also weavers' tools on sale. I don't recall if you bought both or just one or the other.
No, I bought the weaver tools because
Yes.
she noticed the fur and leather that I had in my armor.
Yes.
And I did not buy the woodworking tools. I bought the hand axe.
So, RJ, back to the tavern. You do manage to get together your tar concoction, and you start patching up the sides of the bar itself. And at some point, you wind up having to lift the lid to create the seal and mend it around the corners and edges. And when you do, there is some more billowing of smoke, but you can see inside where this lid contains, there's this stone circular, it looks like a well almost,
Hmm.
and it just drops straight down.
In his mind, he's going, "Yeah, I'm not going to mention this to anybody." Start sealing it up faster.
And as you're kind of doing this, and you're partially behind the bar, Guru comes up to you after a little bit of, ventilating the place, and is everything all right? What? You understand why this is leaking smoke?
I think that something in the lightning might have hit wherever you're throwing stuff underneath here.
Well, I don't know where
And the
that
smoke.
goes.
I know. Well, I'm pretty sure the lightning struck something wherever this leads to and started a fire down there. I'm just making
Oh.
sure if this ever happens again, you won't get smoked out.
Why, thank you, I guess. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I actually built the tavern here in this location. We had this stone chute of sorts, and, well, I thought it would be a good place to, just dump all the excess. The beer, the alcohol, the water, the food that we don't need. It was easier than composting, and it just seemed like a fun, unique addition to a building.
I could see that. Well, but because it's the stuff that you're throwing down there is wet, if those things do catch on fire somehow, it's gonna smoke a lot. So
I don't know how the lightning would have hit down underground.
yeah, lightning might not have, but fire might have spread down there somehow.
I must admit, I don't know much about all that sort of stuff. I mean, I just use fires to cook mostly, and yeah. What is that strange sticky stuff you're putting? And she slightly touches it, and
I wouldn't touch it for at least a couple minutes to let it dry. It adheres to things really well and stops gas and air from coming from from outside it coming inside.
What do you mean by
It's the reason why
gases?
um,
But if they
right.
aren't signs, don't you think this goes down below to cavern?
As there is always the tall elf standing looming somewhere nearby.
Mhm. I pretend I don't notice.
And I catch on, and I leave the building, and go back to my
Trading.
yeah.
Are you training in the rain itself or under the enclosure with the carriages?
In the rain.
Okay.
That doesn't it doesn't affect me, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was from the painting of the picture, trying to
Okay.
envision it.
Absolutely in the rain. Doesn't bother me at all.
Anyways, besides that, I tell her gas is air, where smoke where what you breathe in.
Yeah.
Who are you telling this?
Air is air. We all breathe it.
And smoke is a type of gas that invades the air, and this can stop stuff like that. It should also stop the smell if you smelled something weird coming out from this hole.
I mean, every now and then. That's why I put the lid on it.
Yeah, that's what I tell her. I was like, it should stop the
And
smell.
every now and then I'll take things that smell nice and I'll throw it in as well.
Hmm.
I make sure to wash the inside of the
That's
stone
good.
tube up here too.
That's good. That'll keep you safe from things that might make you sick as well. But with this, you shouldn't be needing to throw anything else that needs to smell nice down there for a while at least.
I will keep that in mind. How is the older gentleman doing? I settled him in a room, but he explained to me what happened. He was in his home and suddenly the roof collapsed in on him. A loud bang happened, a flash of light, and
I think his house was just struck by lightning, and he seems fine. Just he breathed in some smoke while being trapped under there, so he should be good in a day or two. I'll keep an eye on him tomorrow as well.
yeah.
If you know anybody else who needs help, just if you still trust me, just bring them over to the caravan, and I'll see what I can do for them.
I mean, you are a doctor, and your skills are very valued here. I must admit, I was angry for Nayla yesterday, and I apologize if I took that out on you. I was
No,
just
I was taking it on
frustrated
myself as
myself.
well.
We we don't have many problems here. We have lumberjacks that pass through, and they're the most exciting thing that happens in this town. Other than
That's
that,
good.
we just farm and make our living.
That
It's
sounds
not.
like a nice life.
I mean, winters are hard. And there's
But you
usually
have
not
each
enough
other, right?
food.
And I see that though Nayla is going to have a hard time, she has friends in the whole village.
I mean, yeah, there's not many people in town, so kind of have to get to know people at a certain point. Not everybody's as nice as Nayla, but she's sweet. She's worked hard.
She'll be hurting for a long time, so long as I would keep an eye on her just in case. Make sure
Yeah,
she has company for next little while, because I've seen some of my patients who've lost loved ones. They become too despondent to even eat sometimes.
So it's a good thought. Maybe I'll go take her some lunch here. Thank you,
And
Doctor.
and while is there anybody in here who, right now, I would advise them to open up some windows or go out for a walk until the
Oh,
smoke.
don't worry. I opened up a lot of the windows.
Okay. Smoke will be very hard on your health if you're not careful.
Okay.
All right. No, and I'm thinking that this would have taken a couple minutes.
Yeah.
And I touch the car. Is it hardened up?
More or less.
There we go. And I close it. Does that stop most of the smoke?
Yeah, I mean, the overabundance that was making it an issue in the room. I mean, there's still maybe a little couple spots here and there that slightly leak, but not to any dangerous or excessive amount.
I don't know. Well,
That'd be normal, right? Because most places have torchlight anyway,
yep.
or candlelight or something. So most
Unless
buildings are probably not well ventilated, or
are well
relatively
ventilated.
well ventilated.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
It's good talking to you. Well, I would. Please check on Nayla.
I will.
Tell her again that I'm sorry I couldn't do anything for her husband.
I will pass along the message.
And seeing what I've done, I start heading back to the caravan.
Okay. Which is just
And before,
out of the door to the right, underneath the hood.
and I see Neth is like, and all I say is probably the smoking, but I'd rather it be safe than anything else, especially for these people right now.
She signs. Didn't know you lied.
As you're dripping wet.
Not a lie, an omission of truth, and a probable cause.
Not something I would do.
I know. But sometimes, professionally, a lie can be just as healing as the truth, so long as you do it for the right reason.
Just don't ask me to.
Nope. Well, I see you. You are a very stalwart person, and I respect that.
She nods. Not judgmental. Continues to work out.
And I see. Do I see Drix when I start going to the caravan?
Not on the exterior of the caravan.
No, when I go inside,
He is in one of the beds, yes.
is he awake?
No, he is not. You hear
All right.
his snores almost immediately upon entering.
All right, then I start just fiddling around with my tools and stuff until I'm needed somewhere.
Okay.
How much do you want to cost that for me? By the way, the tar.
Oh, I don't know. Say like
Alchemist glue is 20 gold piece for to cover a 10-foot
is that
area.
effectively what you think it was?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. It wasn't that much area, and it was only little bits and pieces. So just say like 5 gold, probably, or
All right.
blues, or
All right.
as it wasn't entirely coating a 10-foot area. It was more so just taking a bit and patching little lines here and there and whatnot.
Sounds good.
But you probably still do have the other 15 gold worth of glue that you made up as like the amount to mix it and concoct it is probably a pretty specific amount.
All right. Yep. So I spent 20 and I have 3/4 of my glue left.
Yeah.
Okay.
So more or less work as intended, just a little less. Or whenever or however you do it. And then to
Sweet.
reapply that, you'll just maybe possibly need to like slightly reheat it, I imagine.
Cool.
Considering the flavor in which you made this.
Perfect.
A number of hours. Oh, go ahead.
Hopefully this gets me in the good graces of her again.
It helped.
So you say. Never trust the DM.
Nithyan, how long do you practice out there in the rain for?
Quite a bit, because I'm trying something that my sensei taught me.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a lot of interesting moves where her legs up high, her arms are straight out, but she still, when you look at her in profile or direction, she doesn't seem to be presenting a very big profile. And some of the moves they appear to be like blocking type moves, and so she's really working hard on those.
Okay. Make me a perception check as you are out and about in the rain.
Wow, as good as it gets.
Woo.
Nice.
Okay.
So let me add story then. Part of it is I do the you might call it the Shaolin warrior yoga pose sometimes. Was part of it as she's concentrated on it, where she's standing on one foot and put it in her hands up in a position like this. But it's like she's on one foot but sitting, but not still standing. But she's very aware and awake. It's like a very intense concentration pose, and so she's very perceptive at this moment in time.
Yeah, so you're sitting there just kind of staring down the road.
Eyes open, looking around, aware of the surroundings and the rain. Even though she doesn't hear it, she feels it, that type of thing.
Yeah, you're just kind of totally zenned in at the moment. And you're in that pose, and you're looking off in that direction that you know Noth and Taween's camp to be. It's just the direction you happen to be posing in. And they probably travel a good half mile off to the edge of town. You can actually even see their little campfire smoke even from this distance. It just barely rises above the tree line where they camp. And you're just watching out there. You can see the clouds and how they're more violently passing overhead as the rain rages on. The thunder crashes in the distance. You can see
none of that bothers me.
No.
The lightning, of course, I'm noticing that, the lighting, but the thunder and the rain sound.
You can see the edge of the storm. It's probably to pass in the next few hours or so, off in the horizon in that direction. And then you notice something. A couple of deer dart across in the fields out yonder. And they're dancing and bouncing. And then suddenly one just is gone.
Okay, so I noticed that. Like gone, like
gone,
or
like
gone?
They were bouncing and then just gone.
Okay, so that immediately gets my attention, is what you're saying, right?
You certainly notice it. I mean, it was kind of out there, and you're like, "Oh, dear, that's nice." Where'd that?
Okay. So, instant thought. So I'm right. Oops, I just hit a button by accident. My instant, that didn't mean anything. I don't even know how that happened. Oh, that's the dice. The little dice screen popped up on me when I moved my mouse. So I instantly stop. I move. go and I immediately go to into the tent where RJ is, and say, danger near Tawin.
I grab everything I can and start
Anybody else
hurrying over.
there?
Drix is asleep. Sin is currently feeding the horses. Wizrun is likely off in his room. Last you not noticed of him.
Okay, and Fizz is inside somewhere too, somewhere.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. He's being pouty. He's a pouty boy right now.
All right, and so I kind of point to the direction,
Let's go.
and
Show
I go,
me.
deer, jump, and then gone.
If you,
Gone.
you said danger.
Tawin.
Said danger in our friends. If that's what you think happened, we go.
Okay, they're heading that direction.
What sort of pace are the two of you taking?
Hurried.
Okay.
Very hurried.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, when you were sign language, I heard danger, Tawin, disappear, and something about a deer.
That's
I like it.
that's fine. You pick the words you want to hear.
So, since you guys are being heard, I will ask perception checks as you guys are alert. As
Not
you
so good. A little distracted now.
cross into the area.
Even more distracted.
All right. Are you heading straight to Tallinn? Or where's your
Yes.
intended destination? Okay. So you guys hurry through the fields, out of the edge of town, and after a good 6 minutes or so, because of your hurried pace, Tawin, you're sitting there reading your book, and they just burst into camp.
With a frantic look. Well, RJ has a really frantic look about him.
First thing I do is instantly hide the book.
Yep. One of those, oh shit, I got caught.
This isn't what it looks like.
Mom, you didn't knock.
What are you doing?
Oh,
What's going on?
she said.
She's just saying danger.
Neth says there's danger nearby.
Nar said that?
Neth.
Nith?
Hmm.
Okay. And he would start getting like I'm sure he's a man of combat. I'm sure he has like his spear and shield by him at pretty close to him at all times. As he grabs both and then starts looking around like, where? In town?
I point in the direction where the deer disappeared, and is Noth there too?
As you guys are bursting into camp, Noth is just, danger? Only danger is me, and he steps through the bushes holding a squirrel in his hands, the arrow still protruding from it.
Again,
Not in town near you guys.
and she's pointing the direction where the deer disappeared.
All right. Narth, apparently there's danger this way. You want to come or you want to cook that?
He just drops the squirrel on the ground, draws his falchion. Let's go.
All right.
And I lead him. I should have a pretty good idea where it was with that original perception.
Yeah, it's like half. So there's the edge of town, and then there's maybe 600 or 700 feet of farmland alongside the road, and it stretches out in either direction. It looks like whatever the crops are at the moment are kind of looks like mostly wheat or grains of some sort. They're about 2.5 feet off the ground, not thick enough to the point where it impedes movement or anything. And you guys are following the path in any case, but it's got some height to it. and it was somewhere not along the path directly, but somewhere in this field here, off to your right, as you're coming back towards town. That it happened.
So I get near the area, then I point directly where it happened.
All right.
And then I do. Deer. Gone.
What is she trying to say?
It sounds like a deer literally vanished at this point.
I point towards
Mm.
where it happened.
Magic, most likely, I bet. I say out loud.
Or a deer.
Deer.
We tracking deer?
We're tracking a reason why a deer would be would disappear out of nowhere.
Understood. We'll find tracks. Should split.
Okay.
All in an area, canvas area. As he kind of wanders off and into the wheat to start looking for deer tracks or trail.
Likewise.
I go into an opposite direction of him and start doing the same.
All right.
Go in a third direction.
Survival's all around. So everyone's canvassing the wheat field.
Where's survival? Oh, that's not a skill for me.
Everybody can roll survival.
Okay.
You gotta remember, Oz took
Ah.
Look at that. No training. But I really knew where it was at.
Indeed.
So I walk right to the point on the road where it was then.
Yeah, you start at the road. Where Noth just kind of wandered off into the wheat to start looking for deer tracks. You know that it crossed the road specifically, and start to look for where the deer hit the road first, and then start tracking a trail. RJ, you're kind of in the vague area, and Taween, you've wandered away from the pack.
I call out I think Taween, or not Taween, Nith found something.
Taween, make a perception check.
I don't have anything checked, right? There we go.
Oh! Hey! We both rolled natural 20s. We both rolled natural 20s.
I got the hunter's attention.
Wow. Okay, so here's how we'll do this then. So Nithir and RJ and Noth, you guys are like 30, 40 feet or so over there, all relatively in the same areas. You guys were all close. Taween's wandered off to the side looking for this a bit. And Taween, you notice it just before anything immediately happens. You're standing there. It feels like the ground is rumbling or shaking. In that moment, like a round's worth of stuff, is there anything you do? It feels immediate to you.
So there's something
like something is moving beneath the ground is caving in, or it's not like earthquake shake. It's like
I would first say something to the rest of the group. Ground moving. Something happening. And then with that, I would take a defensive pose. Fighting defensively with a triggered action. If anything I see gets in range, I will stab it with my spear.
Okay. Go ahead and make that spear roll. As I want to see these rolls, but before I describe the scene here.
I was fighting defensively, so this is a negative. However,
-4.
is it -4? I thought it was just -2 for fighting defensively.
4.
It is harsh, but you don't get hit as much, which is good.
Yeah, -4 for you, and +2, and +2. It is now only -2 for me.
Oh, there it is.
Ooh, that's good.
Oh, that's still good.
Doesn't do much damage, but that's good.
No, yeah.
Okay, so here's the scene here that happens. So you hear him say, "Ground shaking," and you like take this defensive stance. You have your shield, you have your spear ready, and just in front of you, you see the ground begin to concave out and then blast to the sides as you see this bug-like monster sprawl up and out and immediately tower up above you. It has these 6 legs that are scattered about. Half of it's still in the ground, or more. You're not sure. There's this drooling green ichor that is falling from these clacking mandibles. It has antenna, and it looks like some monstrous bug thing. And as it shoots out, it hits in this trajectory. You stab in as it's coming straight for you. You hit it, but it slides right off the carapace of this creature.
Yeah.
And then it mandibles right onto you. Does a 14 hit you?
No.
Shouldn't.
So it's not, and because you succeeded the perception, you're not flat-footed. So it's not so much the mandibles clasp around you, but you just shield bash and block its grab or its bite from grabbing on around you, and slam it off to the side as it rears to the side, rears up and back around, and looks like it's about to come down for another launch. This thing is big. It's probably 4 feet in diameter, and it's towering about 8 or 9 feet above you.
Jeez.
This is a large monster.
Okay.
Initiative.
How far away?
Jeez.
Initiative. Yep. Do you
How
have,
far away are we?
You guys are.
or anything you want us to click on? Or
No, I don't have a map.
Okay.
By the way, Navarre,
Just theater of the mind here. Yeah.
Yep.
I wouldn't have been caught. I have uncanny dodge.
Oh, so you would have been flat-footed either way. Cool.
Yeah, I can't be caught flat.
Good to know.
One of my favorite things ever.
Nithyan 4. Anybody who has knowledge nature can roll on this too, by the way.
Let me see.
Let's see if my knowledge of nature actually works this time.
No, I do not.
It does.
RJ, you are aware of what this is. You have heard of them due to your doctoral past. This is an Ankeg. They are often a common plague upon rural areas. They're horse-sized, burrowing monsters that will hunt things in fields and farmlands, usually, where the soil is loose, and they make their homes often nearby. In the rain, they come out more often than not as the soil and topsoil is loosened more. There are desert varieties you've heard of, but this one clearly is not one. You know that their mucus is acidic, and they can shoot a line of acid that will burn and melt away and weaken anything that it hopes to eat. And you've heard of these monsters extensively because you have dealt with the carnage they've left behind in some of the cities you've visited.
Okay.
It often will take a group of 10 or more normal men to bring one of these things down.
Well, we have 3.5.
You're not normal either, but
All right. I will say something when it's my turn.
Yeah, let me just roll Knott's initiative real quick. The hell is that button? There it is. Holy crap.
He's not thinking. He was the other direction, not paying attention.
Do you see these initiatives?
Yeah.
It reminds me of Pilot.
Somebody's not paying attention.
You mean nobody?
Uh-huh.
10 is our
Mine
highest
is
score.
fine.
But RJ,
Mine-
you are quickest to react somehow.
Even the bugs is that low.
Yes, it rolled a 3.
All right. Well, I ready my crossbow, but before I do anything, I yell out, Taween, watch out for the acid it breathes, or it spits. And I...
One particular note for you, RJ, as well. One of the things that makes this thing so dangerous and why so many people are often needed to deal with it is that most weapons don't pierce its carapace. So it's needed to be like burned down or somehow restrained with netting and dragged down, and where they can more easily stab at the soft spots or.
do I know if bludgeoning, what type would be best to hit the carapace with?
It is just very thick carapace overall. It's not like the skeletons where by nature of what you're trying to hit there's any one given advantage. It just
Right.
is straight thick.
Except for the belly? Or the soft spots?
Soft spots meaning if you can like grapple and pin it and stuff
Okay.
to reduce DR.
Okay. And
I mean, I suppose you could called shot like the eye or something, but
yeah,
there's like -10 penalties on that, so.
Yeah. Called shots are amazing, but they're so hard to do. Anyways, yeah, I say that to out loud as so everyone can hear me. So, and then I say, and before I shoot, I say, if any of you have my enlarged potions, I would advise you to drink it now. And I shoot my my crossbow after I do a will save.
Yep. You
I
don't
do
want that
not shoot my
crossbow.
crossbow. I take out what it looks like a dagger for now and down a mutagen instead. Can I do that?
Yeah.
Okay. I down a mutagen and I am now my strength increases.
It's even like before you pull the crossbow off of whatever you have it attached to, you like go to grab it, you touch its handle. Nah, grab the dagger instead.
And I have 4 strength.
Excellent.
-2 intelligence.
Taween.
So I have.
Oh, you are. Any movement for you, RJ.
And I start moving up as far as I can go because I'm
Okay.
pretty sure you said it was 30 feet away.
Yes.
I move 20 feet because that's as far as I can move. Stumpy little legs.
Which brings you 10 feet from it?
Yep.
Okay. As you get within its radius and cross beyond its radius.
Oh, it has reach.
It has 15-foot reach, you're about to find out. As you step into that 10-foot away spot and you're making that last little leg, it's rearing up and it just quickly swings out one of its long claws as it tilts to the side and misses with an 8.
Sweet.
And then you get up next to it, and that brings Taween.
All right.
Or you get 10 feet from it, I should say. I mean, you are effectively adjacent to this thing.
Again, taking more. He would hear. That would. All right, I would take a first thing. Hearing RJ say what he said. I'm trying to think real quick. How well does Tawi know potions?
What's
I
it?
labeled these potions.
And he told you what's your int?
No. I know. I'm thinking he doesn't like magic. I'm thinking, does he think the
He,
potion is magic or not?
he saw me create it with herbs and other things.
Oh, all right. Yeah, if he saw that, then he'd be like, he would take a 5-foot step back,
Okay.
and then, oh, I'm. Mm,
You're
Yes.
you're fine.
no, I don't take a 5-foot step. I just take it. I just take the potion right in front of it,
Yep.
and then I guess I grow one size larger. So
Yep. Plus 2 strength, and you are large.
plus 2 strength.
Which also means -1 AC from size for defense.
Because you have -2 dex.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Does the sheet automatically do that when you click? I can't remember.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think this one does.
Nope. I always just put on the enhancement.
All right. So and then I raise.
Okay.
Giving me a +4 to my strength and con.
Yep. Quick check. What is the bonuses on both those strengths? Do they stack? I don't. It hasn't come up yet, so let's just check it the first time.
It does because it's size.
It does.
It's a size bonus. Okay, cool. Never mind then.
Size,
Okay.
size bonus stacks with.
Cool.
Everything.
Yep.
All right. Con gets +4. My defense is now 12. That fucking ruined my defense completely, but whatever.
But you're tougher than shit, so.
And because that was my standard action to
Take it out and drink.
take that out and drink,
Yep.
I will also take a defensive pose, giving me a +2 back. So that's how that works, right?
Yep.
Nithya.
So technically now, right for the next round, I have a defense of.
You have +2 dodge is what you have right now.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. You're not doing you're doing total defense because that's a standard action. So you guys got to be fighting
Partial
defensively.
defense.
You're
Yeah,
doing
fighting
fighting defensively, which
Fighting
gives you +2 dodge.
Yeah.
-4 attack.
I'm not attacking anyway, so it's fine.
Yep. So distance.
If you don't attack, you can't do the partial defense.
Oh, all right, gotcha. Fair enough. No,
Otherwise, it's like getting a free action.
Yeah.
Fighting defensively is part of a standard action or full action, right? You got to be fighting.
Which a standard action that is attacking. Not
Right.
The potion does not allow you to proc the fight defense.
Yeah,
Right.
that's why I asked.
Yeah. Yep.
I didn't. So all right, so then I just drink the potion, become big, and then.
Yeah, you grow and double your size in comparison to it at this point.
Now I just look at it like, bring it.
So
remember, Noth has an enlarged person as well.
Yes.
But he's also Narth. He has.
Mm-hmm.
He might be too proud.
See? Is my turn?
Yes, it is.
Okay, what's the distance?
It is 30 feet away from you.
All right, I move to within 20.
Okay.
I am fighting defensively with my rope dart for now.
Yep.
And I will take a couple of blunt
whacks
at it. Range rope dart whacks at it. Let's see. So I think I got everything right. Nope.
Oof.
And
it's not a 1 though. Not a 1.
It's about as close to 1 as you can get. That one's. Oh, those are some horrible rolls. All right,
Yeah.
and I'm in there with swinging the ropes,
Mm-hmm.
feet up in a total defensive stance.
Excellent. Noth is going to charge from where he is.
Excellent.
He just sees it, grabs his falchion over his head, and just starts sprinting.
As one does.
As one does, yes.
The damage is as low as it can be, but it's still 13.
Plus 9, so 15 to hit because of the charge, which does hit.
Oh wow. Okay.
He is large, so it is easy to hit things like that.
Yeah. I don't have a... One sec. Just a piece of paper. I normally have tokens for hit points and stuff, but I don't have that right now. No, I closed the entry. Why did I do that?
Just for fun, just because I wanted to use this more often, I also did a swift to give me a bonus to my reflex.
Okay. Okay, 13 damage. So that still does that amount. So you see as Noth just comes in and cracks his falchion onto the back of this beast from the side of it. It actually cracks the carapace slightly.
Nice.
And then it's its turn. It is going to do what it what it was going to do, which is after it rears up, it gets slammed from the side. A couple of rope darts pointlessly bounce off its head, and then it comes down with the mandibles towards you, Tawin. I think that still misses 13.
Yeah.
No, I have.
Oh yeah, you're down.
I'm.
Okay.
But remember, it is a huge versus huge now. Right?
It's large versus large, which
large versus large, right?
Effectively means it's normal.
Right.
So there's nothing additive here. However, as a note, because this is one of the first large creatures you guys are fighting, when there is a size differential, certain damage reductions are automatically bypassed. For example, if this thing hits a medium creature, your DR does not matter. If it is +1 magical DR, which is what you would normally have at this point from armor and stuff.
All right.
As it is large enough, it just cleaves through.
Isn't there a scene, a DR bypass thing? There's the DR bypass, right?
Yeah, so on armor as DR, if you go down to the very bottom to the two tables, that first table, it's not explicitly written out here. I probably could, I should add something to make it more explicit there. But the attacker size to bypass DR, not only does this mean that DR +1 magic. Basically, it's saying large will bypass DR magic +1, huge will bypass DR magic +3, gargantuan +4, colossal epic. So it's dependent on the type of DR that you have.
None.
So yeah, the only way right now, the only way a medium creature. Well, actually, no. Hold on. This would still mean it bypasses Tawin's DR in this case, though, because his DR is magic +1.
No, it's because of size differential, remember?
Right, which is why I need to clarify the table. So, A large also automatically bypasses DR of something medium.
Correct, but not a large to large. They're on common
But
ground.
yeah, large to large, they're the same. Or does that work? Whatever. We'll talk about that later.
That's what we said.
Yeah, I'll for now it's the same. We'll workshop that later.
That's after game discussions.
Yeah. So before your DR, Taween,
Yeah.
11 bludgeoning, piercing, slashing damage as a bite is considered all three.
All right.
1 point of acid damage, which is not resisted by DR. And I might actually. Does a 13 feature combat maneuver defense?
Shouldn't.
Maneuver defense.
I doubt.
CMD.
Your CMD should be bigger now.
No, I am. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. As it bites on and tries to grab hold of you, but again with your shield, even though the mandibles got around the edges of your shield and got you on the flanks, you're still able to push it back and off of you and not let it get hold purchase on you.
All right.
Reginald.
Seeing how Taween is doing, I'd rather not be too close to it, so I take a 5-foot step back.
Okay. You are 15 feet away from it.
Okay, and I am double checking if the thing I want to use has the reach of 15 or was a reach of 10.
Do you know what weapon it is off the top of your head?
It was it's the spring blade. 10 feet. Damn it.
Do you want to not 5-foot step?
I would like to.
Not to kind of destroy your weapon concept, but I don't think you can use a spring blade because the spring blade is a ranged shot.
Spring blade is a light melee weapon.
Understood, but the springing action. Well, we can talk about it later. Whatever.
For now, it's fine. Well, we have some after game conversations tonight.
Nope, it's not a range weapon. It stops it from going all the way out, so it doesn't actually throw a projectile.
Okay, good.
So are you not 5-foot stepping then?
I am not 5-foot stepping.
All right.
So ooh, that was harsh. So instead I will just attack with a melee 23.
That'll hit.
That'll hit. And the spring blade is a 1d3. So weak.
+1 because your weapon's a +1 weapon.
+1. Plus strength.
Yes.
/ roll. I hate 1d3. There is no 1d3. 3.
Okay.
4.
So,
with strength.
Yep. RJ, the spring blade cuts right into its carapace like butter.
Nice.
Another statistical note for the system, since this is another one of the first times you're getting into it, not so much that your characters might know this, but just for you guys as players, this is a +1 weapon. Its armor, its DR is coming from natural armor, so it is bypassing its DR because it's magical. Taween
is first, since it got a successful bite on it, which is always kind of fine with that. He's going to take some of the blood from that bite, smear it across his spear, casting his black blood ability, incense. And this is the same day as yesterday, right? As the first.
It is, yes.
All right.
as the fight with the rats.
So I'm actually down on a couple of this stuff already. I gotta remember how much. Let's do something like that. All right, so then I use the black blood, which gives me my weapon does frost damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm just going to stab the damn thing with my spear. And since my spear's now magic, it's just now it's still a medium spear, right?
No, it's a large spear, so your weapon size base damage goes up too.
Oh, I gotta look at that then.
It's like a D6 normally, right?
Yes.
It's a D8 now, I think.
All right, and I'm going to have to.
Damage, yeah, 1d6. Yeah, D6 goes to a D8.
Gotcha. All right, then I will roll my attack.
Yep. And then if you just want to roll the D8, and then we'll add 4. Oh, you did change it.
No,
Okay, cool.
I changed it.
Yes, that makes contact. And again, you stab into the beast. You
And 5 frost damage.
Okay. You stab just kind of left of one of its mandibles, and you find a little chink where not the entirety of the push of your attack is deflected. And then the frost itself kind of spreads out from the point of impact and seems to have its effect as well.
And that will be his action.
It's your turn.
All right, so one of the capabilities that my rope dart has is called distract.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure exactly how it works, except it says that it is not a you get a +2 bonus on bluff to feint, or if you go into that, you can go in and you can use your sense motive DC instead if you want. And I'm not sure exactly how it works, but I think the idea is that you're trying to distract the creature.
Right. So the distract component is
I'm trying new things.
It's the additive to bluff for a feint maneuver. A maneuver is a combat maneuver.
Yeah, but it says if you read feint, feint is not a combat maneuver.
Oh, okay.
It's a standard action to feint, make a bluff skill check, or you can use sense motive DC 10 plus sense motive higher, whichever is higher. If successful in your next melee account you make, the target does not allow them to use its dexterity to AC. So it's just a distractor thing.
It's a way of reducing dex off of AC. Yes.
Okay, so that's all I'm doing. So you know, but I'm going to do that with my rope dart. Because I have a feeling I don't know if I can even hit the thing.
Keep in mind the addendum here as well. Feinting against non-humanoids is a -4, and against animal intelligence of 1 or 2, it's a -8. And if it doesn't have intelligence, it's impossible. So keep that in mind.
So, I have no idea, so I don't know. This is just I'm trying new things.
Yeah.
She doesn't know.
Yep.
So she's just trying something. So same thing. Rope dart. Boom. Nope. And nope. Probably 9.
The 9 hits.
Okay, so whatever that does, because it's not weapon's not magical, is blunt, and
well,
I'm really trying to do the
so thing. It is not something additive to your attack. The weapon gives you a bonus on using the feint skill as your standard action. So you're not doing any attacks. You're doing what's called the feint action as a standard action, and you need to roll a bluff check.
But instead of bluff, I can use sense motive, correct? According to what it says under feint.
Yeah.
Well, it says if your opponent is trained in sense motive, the DC equals.
No, that changes the DC if he's trained in sense motive, which.
Okay.
So you need the bluff check with a +2 bonus because of the weapon.
Never mind. A bluff is a trained thing, and I don't have it, so forget it.
Anybody can bluff. Okay.
So whatever that did.
Yep. So because this is the first time you're using it, and mechanically, so that to help you understand, I will tell you how this is going to affect this creature this once, just so that you can see the result. So the DC of this, because it is not trained in sense motive, is 10 plus its VAB plus its wisdom, which is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You beat the DC. Well, so the base DC is 14. However, this thing has an animal intelligence of 1, so that 23 is actually minus 8, so it is 13.
20.
So technically, you don't even beat the DC. You failed by 1. However, even if you had, it doesn't matter because it has 10 dex, and there's no value to that in that respect.
Okay, good enough.
So just so you know statistically how that ran down here. Not that Nithirn doesn't, she is just trying things out, but so you understand how it works.
And she's just trying to distract the thing. That's what she's trying
Right,
to do.
right. So in your mind, you're trying to distract it. You're swinging your rope dart around, you're flailing it around kind of in its face and everything. Doesn't seem to have any effect.
Okay, good. Done.
Noth is going to kind of begin trying to 5-foot step around, so he's flanking. He won't be able to do that till next turn, but he gets one step closer.
Yeah.
He has hit, so he gets a +1 on this. Oh no, it has attacked him, so he does not get a +1. However, a 19 hits because its AC is 9.
Anything can hit it. It's just got good armor.
Yes, right. It's very big, and it's not dodging around. It's just being slapped with whatever's hitting it.
Me and Noth are just fucking hitting it with a lot.
Yeah, you guys are just stabbing and slashing into this thing, and it's taking a beating. Which brings it to Ankeg's turn. Which, yeah. Okay. It is going to turn and attack Noth. Because it has a purpose here, and you are not satisfying that purpose any longer. A 14 versus his 11 defense. That will
him not having great defense.
That will hit. He does not have any DR in respect to this thing because he is medium and it is large. So it's going to do for 8 normal damage. Goodness, I am not used to this sheet at all. Where am I going? Here we go. Oh yes, he still hasn't healed from earlier. Okay. And then acid damage. Okay. And the mandibles try and clamp down on him. His CMD, which is down here, is... Holy shit, it is 19 somehow.
Should be pretty good.
However, a 23 beats that. And Noth is considered grabbed.
So they're both in a grapple condition.
They are. And that is the end of its turn, and on to Reginald.
Now it's even easier to hit.
And as it like turns and like grabs onto Noth, he like, ah! Now this is danger!
This is why we bring you. You good bait.
You're muted, RJ.
How hard would it be to get Noth to drink a potion?
That could be his standard action if he so chooses.
No,
in
me
the grapple.
forcing a potion down his throat. Because I have Neth's enlarged person potion on me. Because she gave it back to me.
Well, he hasn't quite lifted him off the ground yet. So, if you could get over to Noth and spend your standard action, I'm pretty sure you can give an ally a potion.
Alright, that is what I'm doing.
But not only the movement, but also the giving of the potion will provoke.
How? Because it's in grappled.
He's
condition.
grappled.
Ah, you are correct. He is grappled. Never mind.
That is why I stated that, because that's helping me decide what I'm going to do next too.
Yes, good call.
Is this possible?
It is possible. Theoretically, I think he could free action, but he'd have to drop the grapple. If it so chose. So that is a possible option it had.
I am a tiny thing. I don't think he sees me. Well, he notices me. But he's ignoring me.
He doesn't consider you as tasty, so.
Yeah, one of the two.
Is this what
So,
you're
yeah.
attempting?
This is what I am attempting.
All right.
And while I'm near him, I say, if your weapon is too small when you get bigger, I'll try to give you my sword. And I pour it down his throat.
Okay.
Oh.
As Noth grows larger in the grasp of the Ankeg, which will make it easier for him to not be grappled by the Ankeg.
And I try my will to see if I can actually do it.
This isn't an offensive attack, so you're fine.
No, he's trying to give away the sword.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's large and his sword is medium right now. Or does the weapon enlarge with the person?
It enlarges with the person.
Oh, never mind then.
Okay then. So you are next to Noth.
A very, very large Noth.
Yes. Tawin, you and Noth are both very large and almost on opposite sides of this thing from each other. And now Reginald is up in the fray as well.
Gotcha.
What does the brave warrior Tawin do?
Tyween, let's see. I don't see why he would do anything but stab the damn thing. So he will do that. I kind of forgot I was next in the turn order. So yeah, he still has the. Do I have anything else I can do? Not really. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to do, so I stab it again.
That'll hit. Make contact, and you're still doing your frost damage as well, right?
Yeah, let me roll for that.
We'll do a minor amount of piercing damage and a little bit of frost damage. As you, again, stab into the beast as it rears around. Kind of on its side now, as it has turned to face Noth. But, Nithyrn, that brings it to you. Is grabbing Noth. He is large, and your distraction seems to have not done much.
That's fine. So, is there a space I can approach and get into a flanking mode?
Yes.
All right. I approach into flanking.
Especially considering you know it is grappled currently, so.
Yep. So, of course, part of my move is my rope just goes away, obviously, onto my body. And I step forward with my fists. Flurry of blows. I am going to As part of it, attempt Stunning Fist, and I always get a free action if I attack to intimidate if it does anything. So my first blow with my fist, unarmed strike, misses. Oh no, 10.
12 because of flanking will hit.
Okay. And then so I do 4 damage to begin with.
You crack your hand on the back of the carapace.
I intimidate as part of the attack if it does anything.
Okay.
And then it's a free action. It will be shaken if it is, if it did work. And no matter what, Stunning Fist DC is Fortitude save against 16.
Do you need to do damage for your intimidate aspect to go off?
Nope, you must
Or
declare it
is it
as
just
part
the
of
hit?
this feat as part of your attack roll.
Okay.
Oh, wait. It forces a foe damaged by your unarmed attack to make a fortitude save. So it has, in addition to dealing damage normally.
Okay. 4 damage did 0 damage to it.
Okay, so then the Stunning Fist didn't go off either. So I hit it again. And I would theoretically know whether or not it was intimidated whatsoever.
Yes.
8 damage.
8 damage will inflict damage on it.
DC 16.
Is it fortitude?
Fortitude, yep.
So you used Stunning Fist twice?
No, because it didn't go off.
It's not like a charge spell.
Oh, then I didn't do it the second time. Never mind.
Okay.
Well, you did do some damage.
Yep.
Yeah, it's intrinsically tied to the attack roll it's declared with. So if that attack roll misses, it's gone and over with. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I think that's right. But whenever I make a non-lethal again, the intimidate goes off. So
Yeah.
if either one of them did anything.
Yep.
And yeah, all right. And that's it.
Okay. All right, Noth.
He's big.
He is big, but he cannot use two-handed weapon in grapple. So he is using combat maneuver bonus to escape and rolls natural 1. It finally, having grabbed onto something.
Damn. The Stunning Fist would have saved the day here.
Can it do this? This is the concept of this creature. Yeah. That's another thought for after session. Okay, I have like 5 things I want to talk about now.
Make notes.
Yeah.
That's what this session or this game is for, right?
Yes, we are. Yes, this is part of the game is to test things. I'll just write this one down for now because I don't remember the other ones entirely, but you guys probably do. Oh yeah. Okay, so it is going to release Noth, and
Oh, wait a minute. Is Stunning Fist only one time per?
you can do it more than once, but each time it uses key points. I'm pretty sure.
It doesn't use key.
Then I don't know. And it is going to full withdraw burrow back into the ground.
Full withdrawal, bro. Okay.
Yes. As it got to its graze threshold and was
Oh, there
very
we go.
near its wounded threshold.
4 levels.
And it does not leave behind a functional tunnel. The soil collapses in around it. It is still soft soil, very loosened, but it does dig down and beneath. As you hear the rumbling begin to recede.
Does Noth have any? Doesn't he have any sort of a defense against that?
No, it let him go.
Oh, it let him go. Okay.
Because technically you can't move in a grapple, but that
Right.
seems silly considering the idea of this creature is to grab it and pull things underground.
Yeah,
which
that's
is,
what I
which
thought.
is which is one of my topics. Anyway.
Well, are you sure you guys want to stay out here?
So it was also under the grappled condition.
Yes.
Technically, yes.
So it didn't have that one like thing that every grappling thing has, where it can grapple and be under the grappled condition.
No, it had grab.
But that would make it so it's not under the grappled condition, right? I thought that was the whole point of that whole thing. That if that thing could,
I'm pretty sure the point of grab is the aspect that it is attached automatically to an attack roll. So you get an attack roll plus a grapple off for free.
because I remember Ryan in the Pirates campaign having multiple things move after it grabbed us.
Just I learned something new too. I can use it once per level. Got it. So I can use it I could have used it twice.
All right.
And is it a free action to initiate?
It's just a
It's part of.
feat. Yeah, it's just a feat. But I can only do it so many times per day, and I couldn't remember that. Once per monk level, plus if I had if I had 4 levels of something else, so it'd be 2 for me at this point. All right, never mind. I didn't do it, so we're fine.
I'm just saying that because I remember those fucking those grabloid things in the trees literally grabbed us, pulling us away.
Yeah.
I thought that was the point of the whole grab thing, is that you could grab something and not be considered grappled yourself.
Yes, but you take a minus 20 on combat maneuver bonus checks to maintain. Is what it says.
That's weird.
But not actually try to grapple either. So when the thing since Noth didn't attempt to maintain the grapple, then
No, and Keg was in control of the grapple. And Keg
was in control.
and
let
Keg
go.
had the option to maintain or let go.
Correct. But if Noth would have tried to reverse the grapple, he could have took over control over it.
He was trying to end the grapple on his turn.
Right. But if he was trying to maintain it, then Keg would have to try to get out of the grapple. If he won the grapple.
He could have attempted to become the dominator, yes.
Right, but he didn't do that. So.
No, I got you. I was just remembering the grabloid things that grabbed us in the tree pirate thing, and they literally grabbed us and then started doing double actions to pull us into the tree.
They also had more special abilities related to that stuff too.
Yeah, I think we did it right.
Plus, this thing was very next to wounded, so it makes sense that it would just try and retreat at this point. It was just looking for food.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I
Only wounded?
The only thing that I failed on is I probably would have stunned it on that second hit, but I didn't know that, so I don't want to I don't want to retcon it.
Here we go.
I wouldn't even ask to, is what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
But I learned something new, so that's good.
All right, so
As you all find yourselves in the field.
So I'll start backing off, saying,
Yeah. I need to treat your wounds, Noth.
Most are superficial.
Might as well double check, make sure that you're okay.
Okay.
I sign out of corn. You can pick up whatever, or out of wheat, whatever this is.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's get out of this field.
and I guess as we're walking away, me and Nar still both go to our normal sizes.
Whenever you want. It's you can cancel this magic whenever you need, whenever you want.
What is potion you can?
Nope.
Yeah.
Not with
Nope.
potions.
I don't think you
But-
can.
Only
Oh,
if
I
you
know, that's
cast the spell.
alchemists. That's alchemists who can just cancel whenever they want.
Yeah, you can.
You can cancel your extracts, yes. But normal
Wish I
ass
could-
potions.
I think I could. Okay, I thought I could cancel my potions as well.
If it's an extract, yes.
It's a level 1 potion, so it lasts 1 minute. It's gone eventually, real fast.
Two big ass guys walking around.
Yeah.
then all of a sudden you take a step and you stumble because halfway in the middle of the step you shrink.
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
RJ
Cool.
used magic.
Herbs.
Never had a herb that did that.
Some herbs have special properties. That's the reason why I can use herbs to heal people too, right?
Seems like shamanism.
Kinda, actually. That's a good way to see it.
Shamanism is magic.
Yeah, but it still uses mostly herbs. I don't use arcane powers like Wizroom.
I don't like magic.
Well, it kept you safe.
Could have killed it either way.
I'd rather keep you safe. Prevention is a lot better than having to make sure that you don't get wounded during the fight.
1 second.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Clearly want to say something. Where
It's
is
got the book.
Magic can't make happiness without something getting killed.
Yeah, the thing that got killed here was plants.
Plants good though.
You kill plants to eat them anyways.
Plants aren't alive.
True.
They both. It's hilarious.
Plants aren't alive.
Plant is plant. No run.
Plant?
No talk. No speak.
Plant grows. Plant eats.
Storm grows. Storm alive?
Some storms.
Plant don't eat.
Plants eat.
What?
Well, let's see if I know this.
Yeah. Actually, you're dealing in a modern information here. Oh fuck,
I
maybe.
know this. There is a plant that eats bugs. It'll It'll wait in ambush, and when a bug comes near it, it will snap at it and eat it.
That monster, not plant.
Yes, monster. Monster's alive.
Still a plant.
Only magic make plant move like monster.
No natural plant. No magic in it. It uses animals instead of light and water.
Plants don't eat light. Can't eat light.
Plants use light.
Plant is.
Plant is technically alive. All the death that potion had was the death of a plant.
Magic kills.
A plant. And whatever you hit with your very large weapon.
And almost big bug.
We almost killed it together.
Got away.
No more threat to town.
It lives.
I was more worried that it was a threat to you.
You want to dig under the ground and find it?
No.
Then I don't care either.
I have squirrel to cook.
Yes, will be good dinner.
Will be a small dinner.
We also
Leftovers.
Leftovers, yeah.
I know. I'm just saying. In game is like you just say squirrels like it'll be a small dinner.
You come for venison? We have plenty.
That sounds nice. Maybe while I heal you, and I'm gonna take a 20 to treat deadly wounds for an additional 1d4 points to those you aid.
Okie dokes.
Does he have wounds?
We said it can either be vigor or wounds.
No, I understand that.
Yeah,
but does anybody have wounds? We would.
Yeah.
We would know. We would know that, right?
Yep. I saw everyone had superficial, except the two big guys had superficial.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the person who got hit the hardest was Noth.
Okay.
We also, at least for my character, I flavor it, my vigor as I still technically get hit and hurt, but it doesn't do anything to me.
Right. You just kind of wash it off, brush it off when you're done, and it's just like little scratches that go away the next day type thing.
Yeah. Mostly just because I literally have a class thing where I have to bleed to be able to do it.
Yep.
And it would be the most pointless thing ever if it had to get to an actual wound threshold.
That would be so weird. It make you want to have less vigor for that type of
In my
class.
mind, it feels like it's the difference between like a scratch that might bleed versus a cut
laceration.
Laceration that goes into the muscle.
Right, like this wound I got on the side of my finger from washing dishes at work the other day. Like, it's not a wound, it's not really impeding me in any way, shape, or form whatsoever. Yeah, it's there, I can feel it, but this is more like a loss of vigor. And yeah, it takes multiple days to heal, but it's not going to stop me tomorrow from doing anything with my hand like it would today.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I just know some people will flavor their vigor as like they're running out of stamina or something.
Yeah, that too. It's an aspect of.
Yeah.
I take the 20.
Okay. Which is how much to him?
1d4 for the devoted healer, and
go ahead and roll that.
Taking a 20. It has to be take a 20.
Yeah, but isn't there a variable of how much he heals?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm checking right now. Treat deadly wounds.
Yeah, roll that aspect. Yeah, the 20 is fine.
1 hit point per level of the creature.
Oh.
If the DC by 5 or more, add your wisdom modifier if positive to this amount. Creature can only ban from deadly wounds being treated 24 hours. So yeah, so 3 plus my wisdom is Another is a 0, so 3 plus a d4.
But don't you heal via
6.
int now? Int now?
Nope.
Not on that thing.
Okay.
A lot of the stuff he shifted the heal skill over, but
2, yeah.
Okay.
So 6 altogether.
yep.
So I'm guessing we show you guys our camp. This is the first time you've probably seen our camp.
Other than briefly rushing in a moment ago.
Mhm.
I picture it being just like a mess by now because it's just the two of us. Neither of us really. There's just like blood. Well, not blood, but like
There's definitely a bloody log.
Oh yeah. There's body parts of animals here and there, a fire. I feel like we would have made like a tent, like canopy, like thing with some over.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know. We were making jerky the one day.
Yeah, he's covered all that though because of the rain.
Yeah.
Home sweet home.
It's cozy.
Yes.
Is that my pot?
Yes.
Yep.
I was wondering where it went.
It's gore stained at this point. Not stained, but like it needs a good washing.
Well, make sure you wash it before you return it, please.
Yes. I love how we just took your pot and
Well, that's how you got fishing poles, so.
So long as you wash it. How are you feeling, Oth?
Much better. Thank you.
That's good. Alright. I'm thinking that taking 20 will take a while, so you
Yeah,
mind if I stay here for the night?
of course.
Sure.
Taween, you sleep
Yeah.
outside.
It's still raining.
Yeah, rain good for you. Here, I give you squirrel pelt.
Actually,
No, they space. He's just fucking with Taween.
But Nithiarn will still sit outside. Just fine.
That went crazy.
She's
I think-
in kind of in one of her. Go ahead.
I think when I was checking up on her, looks like rain doesn't bother her too much. She's not sick or anything, anyways.
Point still stands. Other reasons.
Well, we're all a bit crazy here.
No, he wouldn't say that. I almost used like a very
Touche.
Touche.
fair enough.
So you guys are just hanging out at Camp Noth tonight?
Seems like it.
Halloween is
Camp Noth.
Well, it was a couple hours and another couple hours to treat the wounds, so yeah.
We'll make enough room for little RJ in our canopy tent thing that we sleep under.
And I imagine like Noth and Taween kind of like, at least Noth sits up against a tree and passes out to conserve space.
Because of it's raining, I would do the same thing. Usually,
So like side by side, you just pass out like bumped up against each other.
at some point we would offer RJ some of
Yeah,
food
venison,
or squirrel.
squirrel stew in a little bit. We'll be back. He comes back with potatoes from somewhere.
Oh man.
I shrug.
Excellent potatoes.
Mm.
By now I know Nar, so I know that he probably stole it from somewhere, but I really don't. Tywin doesn't care.
RJ thinks that he scavenged it for somewhere since he sees him go hunting and he's really good at it. So
He dug them out of a field.
somewhere. Doesn't matter if it was his or not.
There's nature's field.
Yes. So what do you guys do out here during the night?
Mm.
Each
Skin.
other's skin, sleep, cook,
Teach orc.
tell each other, teach orc, tell stories.
Oh. You know orc now, Toey?
For the most part.
Quick study.
That's good.
Helps
Not
when
as
you-
dumb as looks.
That's perfect.
This coming from you. You can't even speak more than. Actually, I take that back. I was going to say you can't even speak more than one language. You can't read.
What do I need read for? Stupid words. Not help at all.
Helps learn more, though. That's why I was quick to study.
You can't read orc. I can't read orc. I can't write orc.
Is there a written orc language?
Yes. Shaman.
Huh.
Write stuff.
Fair enough.
Shaman also explains stuff, so he doesn't need to teach people too much. I
Mm.
bet.
But me able to read and write Elven.
Elven script is very pretty.
Lots
I
of
can't read
squiggles.
it. I can't read it very well.
Mine less pretty. But still can do.
Orc is like fingers upon cave wall. Rough, but meaningful.
Like art.
Mm. So you guys have some squirrel stew and venison cuts that are cooked up as the storm slowly begins to peter out over the course of the evening, and by morning it will be gone.
And I wonder out loud, I was like, should we keep watch just in case that bug shows up again?
I'm not too hurt.
Mm.
I'll keep watch.
Bug travel in ground, under tree, many roots.
Okay. I'll trust you.
I'll still keep watch.
You keep watch, Tawid?
What? I do all time.
Nah, I just go to sleep.
I know. You do it. Don't want friend to get hurt while sleeping.
You spend time worrying. I sleep by sword. Something attack me at night. Test of strength. And maybe more food. Almost like lure to sleep without watch.
That's true.
Habits are hard to break.
Mm.
By the way, I've never told any of the rest of you guys that what I used to do. I've only told North, so
So we learned something new about him. Sweet.
Yep. We learned that he can read and write Elvish.
oh yeah, everything that I'm saying to you guys right now, I've never said because I've never really talked to you
Yeah.
guys in
Yep.
real depth.
Nope. Good information.
Tawin, tonight your story turn.
Yes.
Okay.
Since I was talking about it earlier to you, Narth, I will tell a story of how I became guard for tribe leader. Many a few years ago, maybe 2, 3. It's when I back in those days we didn't really keep track of years. We kept track of seasons because we always traveled so much. Moved up north during the warmer times and down south during the colder times to sell stuff that we cooked and eat that we gathered during our hunting parties up north. So years not very well kept, but seasons was more what we did. So 4, 6 season, 6. No, I don't know, whatever. That part doesn't matter. I started to show great promise from towards my mentor, and also was starting to be top of class of guards. I the leader took interest in me for reasons I am not going to delve into too much. But he took interest in me, and I started to be his own personal guard where I see many interesting things that most of the other elves of my tribe would not see. Meetings he had with creatures of the woods. I did not really see, but I could hear. Would speak Elven, so I could hear what they said, but I never really paid too much attention. Interesting though, still, but because it was my job to keep him safe, never questioned what he did. He was good man to the people. He during my last days with the tribe, he wanted to come up with idea, so trek back from north to south. No, we were no, we were going back south to north. Yes, south to north. Trek back to our hunting grounds were not so bad. Uh, you know what? That's where his story ends. As he would then start to think about what actually happened during those times and not wanting to get in too much into his backstory with the rest, he would getting dark, time to go on watch. And then he would,
Nithiarn paid very close attention to your story.
and then he would just stand up, and even if it's raining, he would just walk out and just start walking into the rain. As he didn't. So you caught him at a little bit more to keep telling stories and whatnot to Narth. So that's why he went into as much as he did, but then it kind of hit him that he's like, oh shit, there's more than just him. So then he kind of just started Trey, it's getting dark. I will keep watch. As he then puts on his little wolf head helmet and walks out to help himself protect him from the rain a little bit. And there is the first little bit of knowledge that you.
Awesome. That was good.
Damn. Drip feeding us. Yeah.
He, for one thing, he's not a great storyteller. His charisma is not good. Actually, no, he does have good charisma. Not great storyteller. Also, I was going back and forth on that type of stuff.
You broke up in the middle there?
Oh, I was also going back and... Well, he's not a great storyteller, and also I was going... Where exactly I wanted to go with that. Just from the... Well, looking at where the map is and what is unshaded for me, it would make more sense that it would have been them going back from the south to the north. But his tribe were nomads who traveled back and forth through for the most part, the same path. And there is one trek of that path that is very dangerous. And his tribe leader had an idea of the people this time, and remembering what that entailed made him stop telling the story.
Makes sense.
Because that has a lot to do with why he is. And then I guess I would just leave you guys. I'd be gone for a couple hours doing a watch around the camp. I would say that if it's not that dark, if you guys have like low vision, you guys can still see me, but I'm at a distance.
Anything else that you all get up to out here in the rainy encampment tonight before sleep takes you?
Not for RJ.
Okay. So, you guys eat food, have your fill. Noth takes care of the squirrel pelts. It seems he keeps like most pelts that he finds to varying degrees. He's quite skilled at cleaning them efficiently, it seems. And eventually you guys find your comfortable spots and bed down to rest. Taween, you stay up for your few hours after just to make sure everything settles in okay, that the fire dies down, that there's nothing immediately in the vicinity. Mm-hmm. And you two find yourself propped up against a tree with kind of RJ on the ground between you and Noth.
That's such a scene. That is such a visualization.
All huddled together, somewhat close, not only for the warmth that it brings, but also for the fact that there's only a handful of hides that have been strung and stitched together at this point that is blocking the rain out from above you guys. It's by no means a full tent or anything. It's like maybe a 5x4 patch of hide that you guys were able to prop up, and maybe the ends of your feet still get a little wet in the rain, but it doesn't seem to bother.
Basically.
Yeah, it's a small, tiny little lean-to.
Yeah.
And
Normally when it's not raining, I have like a hammock.
yeah.
Is probably still hanging somewhere, but because it's raining, I'm like, I'm not sleeping in rain.
It's probably being used as like a rack right now of your guys' like gear and extra hides but and as the rain kind of peters out from a big thunderstorm down to just a soft rain throughout the evening as everyone passes out. Taween, tonight you find yourself dreaming, reminiscing from the story that you told.
Yeah.
You find yourself on the edge of that clearing. In those moments preceding the event, you can see the tribes scattered behind you in the forest, and you can see the edge where the clearing kind of breaks into an open field-like area. And you remember that anticipation, the fear of if it works or not.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever
Oh, I am
pass by Arn?
will save.
Okay. Here's the first couple of words from this here, and it's like, oh no.
Not tonight.
Now my dream.
That fails.
Yeah, my dream.
Now it's up to diplomacy.
If you would I just need a moment. I won't bother you much. You mentioned something that made me kind of recall something that I knew at one time, and I can't seem to remember. Could you just help me just for a bit?
Sure.
You said you know how to read and write Elvish.
I do.
Can you think about that? I want to see what you wrote and what, not the words, but nothing special, but maybe something that just, I just see something. I can't quite see it. And in front of you, she just kind of walks out for a little bit. Now she's in wooded garb. Something very similar to what your people wear. But she's dressed for travel, and very elegantly in but she's holding in her hand what looks like a book, but it's empty. There's no words on it. But she closes it, and you see the title, and there's a title there that you can read. And if it's a storybook that you used to read as you learned to read, that you really enjoyed, and you can read the words on it. What is this?
Interesting.
Is this what you can read? You can make up anything you want.
That's what I'm thinking right now. I'm like, how would he learn how
It's your favorite book that you read, you would have been reading, or some document that your tribe had that allowed you to learn to read. But it's more of a storybook. It's nothing of significance. It's just something that was used. That kind of concept.
I'm literally trying to think, how did he learn how to read? Yeah, all right, there we go.
Okay, so she's holding it in front of you.
So,
and it's something you know. You know this.
now I know.
You know it very well. It's your favorite. What is this? What does it say?
Those are scriptures of my people. They are stories of nature and the woods that we lived in. Someone close to me who was a priest of the woods, as we like to call them, taught me how to read by reading the scriptures of what they would preach to us, as we had type of rituals for nature to help us with our hunting, our day's hunting. So it's just most of it's just here and there, just.
But can you say these words?
Oh, yeah,
Just make up
yeah.
some. In Elvish. Blah 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 scriptures.
Yeah, no,
Unless you got something in mind.
that's why I'm trying to use my.
I know.
I'm trying to use my improv skills right now.
I like it.
Because I'm caught off guard.
I like it.
This passage right here.
And you open it, and she opens it, and the words appear in writing that you know so well.
They ask for the powers that give us life and give the life to the animals that we hunt. We ask for those powers to help us live another day, so to forgive us for killing something else is the gist of it. There's a little bit more fancy.
You're right. That's what it says.
Yes, there's a little bit more fancy words on it.
No, I see him. I know this. Tell me more. What about this page? This talks about the animals of the forest, doesn't it?
Yes, that right there is a story that we would tell our young ones about.
Yes, I see it. I knew this.
The importance of life. Even if we take it for ourselves, we must respect anything that we hunt and kill.
I don't know why I know this, but I know this. Not this book, but I know these words.
You must have learned Elven at some point.
Oh, I know all the words, all the letters, and more. Oh, this is so amazing. You notice now she is speaking in Elvish, perfect Elvish, and so are you.
Yeah.
Yes, this is our language. Your language.
Yes, this is.
Can I have this book? Can I take it?
Sure.
I mean, I won't take it from you, but may I have a copy of it?
Yeah,
and then
have that.
One appears in your hand and one appears in her hands.
Oh.
I can't thank you enough.
God.
It's been like on the edge, and now it makes so much sense. This is excellent. This is thank you so much, Taween. I can't tell you how much I appreciate this. It's it's something I know, but I couldn't remember.
not 100% sure what you're talking, but
Sometimes I don't either.
good for you.
But it's nice. It's nice to be able to talk to you.
Agreed. The
Right.
hand things that you do, and I don't know how RJ's starting to learn.
I would love for you to learn it. But you can read this, right?
Oh yeah, I know how. Yeah, I know how to read out.
This will help a lot. This will help a lot. Have you ever been by our town, Arn?
Arn?
Yes.
Never heard of it.
Okay. I just know if you said you traveled in the forest, so perhaps you have been there before. I don't remember your tribe, so it sounds like maybe not. Well, I'm sorry to bother you.
I've never heard of this, right?
No.
Navarre? Alright. It's fine. You're welcome.
Thank you. And I'm sorry to intrude. I'll try not to sneak up on you next time.
Yeah, just be careful the nights that you decide to get into my rooms. You like to choose nights that are not good.
Well, hopefully we make it better. This seems to be something that it's the only time I get to speak and hear and see what you say and what you sound like and experience the things that you experience. I am very grateful for it. And for that,
when you put it that way, that makes me feel sorry for you.
Oh, don't. We're all here together on quests that we don't even know where we're going. Very excited about it. And RJ's, he's something else, isn't he?
RJ is a good man.
Yes. Big heart.
He's yes, and sadly that might get him hurt one day, but
well, let's make sure it doesn't.
That is why I always keep watch on others.
Me too. I'm always vigilant. I'll leave you to your rest. Please continue on with your dreams. And she fades out of your dreams.
The last thing you hear, Nithrian, as you're fading is just this. As this horn goes off, and then you hear, Taween, get to position! And you fade out.
How'd you like me introducing that?
That's good. I was like, you're making me think of stuff I've never even thought about.
But you know, out of character, what I just did, right?
Not really. Did you take linguistics to learn how to write Elven?
Yes.
All right. I thought maybe you just already knew that. You just using as a thing to forget, but
no. All yours.
And so, the following morning comes. You all awaken, and it's just the small droplets of rain cascading down through leaves and tickling the ground beneath it that you wake to. The storm has passed.
I get up early and probably first because I don't need anything more than my period of time. I reset my endure.
Uh-huh.
And start my routines until they get up.
Noth is up early. He's already got a fire crackling to warm everybody from the night's chill and to reheat the leftover / make some more food for the morning.
When RJ wakes up, I'm gonna do something.
All right. No, RJ will probably be wakes up last. He was a bit tired after using up all his spell slots and healing and getting that person out of a burning building
Yeah.
before lunch. I would add.
Yeah, that was quite a day.
He eventually wakes up and starts packing whatever he brought because he knows he has to check on that guy today.
So she knows you know your name now, RJ, or Reginald, or whatever. She signs your sign.
Yeah.
Do you have paper, writing, and writing?
Not on me. I have mostly heard. I have some stuff to write in the caravan where we were.
Okay. I need some.
Yeah, all right.
I need.
We were in a hurry yesterday, so I didn't bring my usual gear.
Okay.
And so, let's go back to the caravan.
So you have some breakfast, and then the two of you head back out and into town.
I'll do my my food thing on the walk.
Yeah.
My little handful, cast my little thing, and eat my little bits of nuts and berries and things.
Yeah, I guess that's the question then. RJ, do you stay for breakfast with the hunters?
Not this breakfast, because
Okay.
he's worried about the guy who was inhaling too much smoke yesterday.
Yeah, so only Noth and Taween enjoy more hearty meats and potato and stew as the two of you head back pretty quickly to the caravan.
Well, I tell them, I was like, I have a patient, so I'm gonna skip breakfast right now and start hanging out.
You see Noth was like about to put a few more meat chunks in the stew. Okay. And then doesn't.
Tyween is noticeably more tired than usual.
You wouldn't be.
The opposite.
It's the opposite.
When Nith has that effect, you get a good night's sleep, and you actually double your healing rates for the night.
Oh, which is
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
you heal one vigor hit die.
No, you heal one. You will all your vigor in one wound, but instead it's all your vigor in 2 wounds.
I don't have any wounds, so that's fine.
Yeah, but you also feel well rested.
All right, I was just going to say that just because of heat, but that's fine.
Although, because he resists the will save, perhaps that. Oh, never mind. He failed it. I guess I don't know.
He failed the will. It's up to you. However you want to play it.
No, it's fine if he's chipper.
Another topic to the list.
In my mind, she guides your dreams. Even if it was a dangerous time, it was the time when you guys were successful, so you would have been victorious. Would have been the guide, but again, we can work that out.
Yeah, that's a. From the way Navarre was playing it, that sounds like that. Not the case.
Okay.
Well, good luck with patient.
Thanks.
Hopefully he doesn't end up like last one.
Low blow, man. Low blow.
wasn't trying to low blow. I'm just giving you good luck. Like, he didn't mean anything bad by that. He was just,
No, I know, but in game type thing.
yeah, no, I got you. Sorry.
Before I do, you might want to ask Drix about decorum.
Decorum.
Yeah, just ask Drix about that.
Alright. Is this like the time he told me about the certain things?
No, it's more like when he told you the people in that town likes to ask how's the weather.
Ah. How is the weather?
Damp.
True.
Okay.
And then I would, with that, we just let those two go and
Yep.
just have our breakfast.
Yep. 15-minute walk or so, and the two of you find yourselves back in front of the tavern.
I still just love the picture. Nithian taking a step and RJ's going like three.
Yeah.
Three steps. And
The short jokes never end.
I know, it's awesome.
Once we get to the caravan, it's like I rummage through my stuff I leave there and give her a little pad of my little notepad that I keep an extra notepad that I would take notes about patients and stuff and give it to her.
Is it like
And,
bound or is it bound?
Yeah, it's bound.
Okay.
And a paper and a pencil.
She sits down immediately in beautiful calligraphy, elvish calligraphy, starts writing something.
Still beautiful. I can read Elvish, by the way. I just in game is like he doesn't like reading it because it's so different than common.
Do you say that?
Nope. I say, you're an elf, and I thought you knew how to. And so, oh, okay. I'll leave you to it, and I gotta go check on the person we saved.
She puts it away. Puts the thing away. She didn't spend much time on it. She just wanted to do it a couple bit. She basically just wrote her name down.
Okay. Well, if you need more paper, just ask. I'll probably have another pad somewhere. I'm gonna go. I'll let you do your ritual while I go check on the man we saved.
Right. That's what I'm doing.
Yep. And you go in and you head up to the old man, and he's not in bad condition whatsoever. He's more or less recovered, just some scrapes and bruises that you bandage the rest of the way up and, check on, and should make a full recovery within a day or so.
All right. And then I start to do my morning stuff. Because I can finally do 2d6 of damage.
Huzzah! And that is where we'll end it for tonight.
All right.
About where we'd normally end, but we started a little late. But
10, yeah.
I think we're actually ending a bit early today.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
It's a good stopping point for Fizz to return.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you want me to tell James to do a quick one shot with you?
There's
over
really
the week?
If he wants, yeah, we can try and find a time. Narratively, there wasn't too much time between things, so
Yeah, one day.
there's really
Okay.
it's probably something that me and him can just quickly brief on before we start next session.
All right. Just like double checking.
Yeah, it probably doesn't merit a full one shot or anything.
All right.
But yeah.
We learned more about the mysterious Tawin.
Yes,
Yeah, that was good.
I improv a good portion of that.
It was good.
Yeah, that's fun stuff.
Now, I hope I understood like how religion works in this world.
Yeah, that's fine what you said.
As there are no like actual gods, they're just ideas.
Right. The ideas
And
of nature and yeah, that's
and hunting.
yep.
So I feel
It
like I danced around that just fine.
well, I mean, it's also very much so like the major concept is there's not a specific set pantheon. So the term of religion is very some of the inspiration comes from how the Hindus believe in religion, where everybody kind of comes up with what it means to them and how that takes form in their life. Um, and oftentimes there still is like, like for example in Hindu, there's still things like Shiva, which is, like something that could be equated to like a member of a pantheon, but that's only because so many people believe in the same ideals that they all attribute it to the same name, but their more defined meanings of it are different. So in the same way, a tribe might come up with the idea of worshiping to nature and the hunt, and you could even link it to a name of something if you want. You could name it, but there is not a specific pantheon that already exists out there that like if you worship nature you are definitely falling under this religion or this religion. There's probably 20 or 30 different nature like entities or religions that people follow or don't follow.
Gotcha. I just remembered that you and me, we've talked about it a couple times.
Yeah.
And just in my, so this is out of character. The person that taught Tywin how to read was his lover.
Cool.
Who is a priest, shaman, however you want to put it, of his tribe, who was always asking for nature to help them with their hunt, help them with their travels, and who was also the daughter of the tribe leader. And that's where I will go. That's as far as in depth as I will go with that.
Well, now we just have to figure out a way in character to get that information.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that would be really hard. That's stuff he does not want to talk about. The only reason he talked about what he did was used to. And you guys got lucky that you were there. Now he might have gone further with that story,
but we were there.
He kind of realized where he was going with that story and stopped it.
Nope. Totally understandable.
He was starting to touch the origins of how he got his powers that he currently has.
Ah. Hopefully, Tywin doesn't stop using my potions.
Yeah.
Hey, I explained that it was from plants, and I tried to explain plants were alive, and that the only thing dead was the plant and the thing you're attacking, so...
The funny thing is, he's supposed to learn spells.